Hi everyone, and welcome back to the 5 days of foiling. Today is day 3 with myself and Laurel Beard. I'll be linking to her video as well in the video description below, and we're both going to be working with a hot new item this year, which are the clear sheets from ThermoWeb. So these are acetate sheets with a pre-printed design on them. I have 3 designs to show you here, although there are many more available. There's the striped one, and then we have kind of like the Dalmatian spots and these really pretty vines, and they're perfectly clear. So you just take them, cut them down, and you put them in your parchment paper like you would with normal foil mates that I showed you the last couple of days. You stick your foil on top. I'm using some wild lilac today, and I'm going to stick it through my Royal Sovereign laminator, and when it comes out, it's going to come out foiled. Now, the first time I ever tried this, nothing happened because I actually had it flipped up on the other side. But don't worry, it doesn't ruin your foil or anything. Just flip the clear sheet the other way, and then you're fine. You can just go ahead and add the foil again. The next one I'm inserting here is Twinkling Pink glitter, and it's a glittery foil, so it's really, really pretty. And so you can get the plain foils that just have the color, like the wild lilac. Then there's things that have sparkling or sequin sort of prints, or you can see there on the right side the shattered glass with the silver. They're so pretty. So I'm going to show you as I open up the wild lilac what happens, and you can see here that all of that black there is now foiled with the wild lilac. It's so pretty and I just love it. They're perfect to add on top of colored cardstock, on top of white cardstock, or to even make shaker cards. So I'm going to insert the rest of my foil here. I'm going to do the shattered silver as well. I'm just going to speed you up a little bit here while I'm taking it across. And of course, you could use the negative piece as well on a card. And I showed that in yesterday's video as well, or maybe it was Monday's, that you could use the foil that is left over by just adding some tape runner and adding that to a card front. So let's open up the Twinkling Pink, and I like using these sort of designer foils, the ones with the imprints on them with sequins and things like that. I like to use those on large spaces that are solid. I find on text and things they don't show up as well because it's so small, but the impact is really great on large spaces. So now that that's come through the laminator, I'm just going to take it out and you're going to see the shattered glass. This is so pretty. I absolutely love the way it turned out. I haven't used it on a card yet, but I wanted to show you what it looks like. These shattered looks come in gold and silver, and they're absolutely gorgeous. I'll link to both colors in the video description below if you're interested at all. So now you can see these clear sheets. They go over so well. I added it to some Gina K craft paper, and this is a card base. I found the ThermoWeb mini tape runner here. I couldn't see it at all, so that was fine. If not, you could also attach it with brads, or you could glue it down and then place a die cut over top of the glue. It's completely up to you. So you can see here, it looks absolutely gorgeous. I love the way that it turned out. I did get a piece of white cardstock there underneath though, so I wanted to remove it. I cut the shine, and it's just turned out gorgeous. You could also place it on things like black cardstock for a really stunning look. You can see here the pink one as well would look great on black or even the blue. But I decided I wanted to make a shaker card. So I cut out using the My Favorite Things inside and out square die, or rectangle die rather. I cut out a frame. So my original panel measures 4 by 5 1/4, and then I die cut the rectangle in the middle to get a frame. I'm going to add some 3D foam tape all along the edges, and technically I should have already added the clear sheet of acetate there, but I kind of forgot. So I'm going to show you how to fix that error as well. So you just have to make sure that there are no spaces, that it makes a perfect frame around the 3D area, and then you're going to have your frame for the shaker. And so I'm just going to take my bone folder and I'm going to weigh down my card base here, and I'm going to stick all of the sequins and things like that into the center. Since I'm using the Twinkling Pink, I wanted to use an assortment of pink and purple sequins and jewels and things like that. So I'm using the Spring Blooms Mix by Pretty Pink Posh. Then I'm going to go ahead and add some of the Assorted Hearts mix, and then I'm going to add some of the new Pretty Pink Posh jewels as well, so that they make a little bit of a shake when I shake it. I'm going to use some amethyst and then the pink ones as well. This is kind of where I realized that I did make that mistake. So I had the frame, I'm ready to go, I'm ready to peel it back, and I obviously don't have a clear sheet to keep everything into. But no worries, I decided to lay down my frame anyway, and then I just simply went in with my die cutting machine again and cut a second frame. It's really not a big deal, and it adds maybe a little bit of extra layer and protection to it. So now all of my sequins are sitting there ready to go. I'm going to put I'm going to glue the acetate on top here, and then I'm just going to glue a frame on top. I find it's always easy to find a way to fix a shaker card, and I find that 99% of the time, I always forget something. Hey, we're all human, right? We make these mistakes, but it's really good to find an opportunity to save your work so that there's no waste in the end. So I'm just laying this on top and then adding the frame. Problem solved. Okay, so that is my shaker card. I absolutely love the way that it turned out. It's so much fun. It makes so much noise. I am going to add the sentiment and the final embellishments on it at the end of the video, but I'm just going to move on to the rest of my die cutting here. And you can see that I'm actually die cutting a die cut for My Favorite Things that says thanks, and I'm die cutting it actually right into the card base itself. So it took me a little bit to pry out the plastic. It cut straight through without any issues. I just needed to kind of help it along and guide it along those lines. And then I took out all the letters because I'm going to save them for a second card. So I went ahead and added some tape runner behind the thanks, and I added a piece of white cardstock so that it really stuck out. I could have also left it as a window if I would have liked also. I'm going to glue the middle of the A in there because I saved that leftover piece. I don't like when the holes are not filled in. It's not really my thing. And then I'm going to use the thanks die from My Favorite Things to help me line up the letters onto a nice plain sheet of white cardstock. And I'm going to have 2 cards out of this one. Now for the final embellishment on the shaker card here, I am going to grab a piece of deco foil. This is the toner sheets, which is a line from Thermoweb. I use these on day 1 to show you how you can actually foil your die cuts. And I'm going to show you on day 1, I showed you that I die cut them, then foiled, and I ended up getting sort of a black line around where the die cut would have had the pressure on top of the paper itself, so it never actually got that impression. So what I decided to do was foil the the toner sheet first, then die cut it, and I was able to avoid any sort of black marks. So that's always important to know how to get the best results. I added a white heart. This is a stitched heart from Lawn Fawn, and then I added the smile right over top, and it obviously matches the clear sheet as well since I had foiled it in Twinkling Pink. So it's adhesive backed also, so I never have to worry about those super thin sentiments. And then I was ready to finish off this card also. So I hope you enjoyed these 2 cards. As you can see, I like to work in steps. Normally I edit my videos so you see each card individually at a time, but I like to work in steps. So I like to do all my foiling first, I like to do then all my die cutting, and then put everything together at the end. I find that's a much more efficient way to craft. So here's a final look at all 3 of the cards here. So I got my white thanks card with the subtle clear background, then this whole clear background. Then I have the shaker card, which is a little more of an advanced technique. I hope you enjoyed that, and don't forget that if you leave a comment, I'm going to be giving away a $25 gift card to Thermoweb. Thank you, Thermoweb, for sponsoring that. And here, if you're interested at all, I have some suggested videos for you, as well as a subscribe button to mine and Laurel's channels, so don't forget to check out her video. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye!